Hey guys, what's up? So today we're going to take a look at a lot of Wayne sales brochures I recently acquired. There are 5 actual sales brochures and then one sales sheet. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first one we're going to look at is this one right here. This is just a regular Wayne school bus sales brochure. But you can see on the front cover it says Wayne maximum protection for both your children and your investment. And then you've got a picture of a S-series, and it says we'll show you. So you open up the first page, and you've got this. So an interesting picture to note here is the side panel of the bus, and you can see how it is one complete piece, as it was with lifeguard bodies. And then you have a fold out here, which shows you an entire lifeguard bus, and it's got cutaways to show you the body structure, as most sales brochures do. This picture here has been in previous sales brochures I've reviewed, so it's probably something that they used through most of their sales brochures of the 70s and 80s, because once they went to this body design, I think in the mid to late 70s, it pretty much stayed the same on the outside up until they stopped making buses. So moving on to the next page, you just have your pretty much your features. Right here, you've got your seats. You can see here that we've got some multicolored seats in this particular bus, which I kind of have a feeling that that's the same bus that was used for the cutout on the front on the first page. So this opens up into a shot where you can see the driver's area, and up at the top you do have a slightly different shot of the driver's area, whereas the main picture is of the driver's area facing forward. And in the mirror here you can see the students, and then up at the top it says lifeguard windows and controls. Let the driver look out for each child's safety. And then if we go to the next page, we've got this here, which this is pretty interesting. So it actually, this talks about, you can order a non-school bus Wayne for basically an activity bus. You can order it for your school's needs and then take those on whatever trips your school might have. Because this bus actually shows up in this brochure up here, which we'll get to that in a second. But that's pretty cool, and it actually says school bus here because in this function it's being used as an activity bus. So over here you've got your information on the Wayne dealer network and service and all that kind of stuff, and you can see these info sheets. And then on the back cover it says whether big or small, short or tall, Wayne covers all. You've got your Chaperone, Busette, and then a handy bus lifeguard with a front lift, and it tells you each bus as you go down, and then Wayne Corporation. So that's the first brochure. The second brochure we're going to look at is this one right here. This one is for activity buses, non-school buses basically. So Wayne, flexibility, style, comfort, durability, and then it also says we'll show you. So you open up the front page here, and you've got quite a few different buses. We've got an S-series, two S-series, a Ford, and then 2 Chevys. You've got an interior shot here, interior shot there. This looks to be a prison bus. This one's interesting because it has the second entrance door at the back. That's not something you see a lot on a Wayne. Right here we've got a Ford Wayne with the lift, which is kind of like the school bus on the back of this. But anyways, and then we have a left side or a right side drive Wayne bus right here for overseas. So that's pretty interesting, and there's actually pictures of that later on in the brochure. And at the top it says, whoever you are, whatever you do, wherever you go, Wayne has a bus just for you. And then moving on to the next page, from plain to fancy, Wayne Taylor makes your transportation. So got a few more buses on here. You can see we've got S series, S series. There's the S series from the other page. Another Chevy. This is like the bus from the previous brochure we looked at that is green, and this doesn't actually say school bus. This bus right here is interesting because it looks just like the prison bus I tried buying 5.5 years ago. But this particular bus actually has U.S. Navy written on the side of it. So it makes me wonder if that prison bus was owned by the Navy before the prison had it or not. I mean, it just could be similar specking, but I'm telling you, that looks identical down to the high headroom, the changeable sign, or the lighted sign, whatever you want to call that. The four ways, even the color blue. So looks pretty similar to that bus. I'll have to do a story time on that prison bus sometime. There's an inside shot of one of those buses, and then moving on, so up here we've got a Lodestar. Right here is the Wayne Lifestar Vista. At least that's what they called it on the little sales card that I've got. It's literally this right here, but on a card, and I'll put the video, or I'll card the video of what I'm talking about right now so you guys can see it. And it says a reputation for quality construction over a century. And then over here, feature after feature, Wayne offers more and more and more. And you got all these different features. You got roof rack, underbody storage. Right here you can see the right side drive Wayne, which is pretty interesting. I'll bring that a little bit closer to the camera so you can see it. But that's basically what it would look like on the inside. So that's pretty cool. That's not something you see. Turning the page to the back cover, here we are with our service. So it says Wayne support, you can count on it. And something I want to note out or point out here is this guy right here is wearing a Wayne jacket. So that's something pretty cool and would love to find. As this guy is also wearing a Wayne jacket of some sort. And, he's like, hey, Wayne is A-okay, or I don't know, that's stupid, but you get it. He's basically saying, okay, I'll help you, or whatever. But then you have the same little informational papers there for the servicing and all that. So the next thing we're going to go ahead and look at is the Wayne Busette brochure here. So this one has some interesting things in it. Front page here, we've got multiple different pictures of the Busette. This one right here is showing you that the Busette can be serviced in normal service shops for cars and trucks. Then you have a few different shots. This here is just showing you how well the Busette can take a curve. And then that up there is showing you basically that you can park it fairly easily in town. And that bottom picture in the bottom right corner is interesting because you can see there are road signs, and it actually says Columbus and Dayton on it. And since Waynes were built in Indiana, they're pretty close by. So that's, them out on the road whenever taking that picture. And I just think it's cool that you can see the road signs for, places that I live nearby. The next page here, and we got to be careful with this one because this brochure is a little loose. We've got the seating and the other options. This is cool because I don't think I've ever seen a Busette with the colored seats before, at least as an option. I think maybe once I've seen it before in a sales brochure, but either way, it's just not something you see. I've never seen a non-sales brochure picture of that, so that's pretty cool. Got your different floor plans and your seats. Here's some factory photos, which I think are pretty cool. And then there's a picture of the windows, just to kind of show about what size they are on the bus. And then there's your window comparison right there. And there's an inside shot of the body right there without any interior paneling. Let's see, moving on. So here we have a cutaway of a Busette. And then you can see the basic construction of a Busette. I know that this version of the Lifeguard, or like this picture, but with the Lifeguard, has been something in previous brochures where it basically shows you all the paneling and the structures of the Busette's body. And then there's your interior shot. Over here you're getting a comparison of body sizes and center of gravity type stuff. And then your wind resistance. Then you have your dimensions compared between the GM and the Ford. And then right here you have a little chart just showing you the difference between the Busette and other bus body types. and size and comparison like that. And over here you have your different options. You have Chevy, GMC, and Ford. The Ford one is the unique one because that is something I've only seen. This is only the second picture of a Ford Busette that I've ever seen. The other one was in a school bus fleet magazine that I have from the 80s. I have never seen one outside of promotional photos. So I'd be interested to know if there are any around, because that is something I would love to get my hands on. Because I personally have always loved that Ford van chassis, especially with Type A's. And I just feel like you don't see a lot of those in Type A's, so anytime you see one, I think it's pretty cool. But that is awesome because, I mean, it's a Ford Busette, you know. Um, let's see, moving on, the back cover. We've got a picture from a district who actually was buying Busettes. It is Fort Bend Independent School District from Stafford, Texas. So this is their little fleet of Busettes at the time. You can see one has a lift, and then there's a few others. So that's pretty cool. And then you have your state map with the distribution or dealer network, and then Wayne Corporation. And then this right here, this is pretty cool. So this is your dealer sticker. You can see it says Lee Company Inc. and then Terre Haute, Indiana. So that was, you know, in the same state as Wayne. So that's pretty awesome. Two of these brochures have stickered dealer information on them. So that was the Busette school bus brochure. Moving on, we'll take a look at the Chaperone brochure. So this one's pretty cool. You got the Chaperone on the outside there. And then when you open it up, you get a cutaway of a chaperone and all these different pictures. You got an inside shot. You've got production shots, which that's pretty cool to see a production shot of a chaperone. You got your doorway. There's your rear shot of the chaperone, and just, you know, more production process photos. The one thing I want to point out on this is on the van itself, it doesn't have a window down on the bottom right here. I feel like this is an early version of the Chaperone because most Chaperones I've seen have a window here and here on the cutaway. But I think that's pretty cool. I mean, it's interesting. It's different. It's not something I think I've seen before. And then this brochure is not very long, so it's basically a folded page. Over here, you've got your layout for the Chaperone body, and then your lift options, and then Wayne Corporation. And then this one has stickers for the dealer that was in Cincinnati. It says the Wayne dealer in your area is Arthur F. Schmidt, and then Wayne Sales Inc., and then the address there on Montgomery Road, Cincinnati, Ohio. So that's pretty awesome that this is a dealer that some of our buses probably came from, honestly. And then Wayne Corporation. So that is the Chaperone. Right here we have the Chaperone II. It's a sales sheet. I have a sales sheet for the Lifestar that's pretty similar to this, but you can see it just says, celebrate a major breakthrough in adult transportation, Chaperone II, roomy, rugged, reliable, new from Wayne. And I feel like all the Chaperone IIs I've ever seen always have had Ford chassis, and I don't know why necessarily that is, but I do like that, seeing the Ford chassis on the Chaperones. And you can see it's got the transit style windows. Definitely meant for, like it says, adult transportation, not necessarily a school bus. And then back here you've got your specs and all that, and it's Wayne Chaperone II for adult transportation powered by Ford. Here's your diagram of the body, and you have your option with the rear door and your option without a rear door, and then all your different specs, and then Wayne Corporation. Moving on to the last brochure of the lot, we've got the Busette. And this is, of course, a non-school Busette. So you have your interior shots, entryway, and then your different options. So this has an actual entrance door, and this bus right here has the van door, but the van door would be on like a manual crank, so that way the driver could open it and people could get in fairly easily. There's the diagram of the body with no paneling on it, so you can just see how the body structure is, you know, built. So that's pretty cool. And then on the back, you just have your body layout options, and then your different body structure, whether you want a door, like an entrance door, or a actual van door, and then rear door or no rear door. And then you can get a roof rack. Looks like somebody is drawing a bus. And then, like I said, lift options and all that other stuff. And this one doesn't have any dealer information, but there's Wayne Corporation. Alright, so that's pretty much it for this video. Just kind of wanted to go through and show you guys this lot of Wayne brochures that I recently purchased. As most of you know, Wayne is my favorite manufacturer of the defunct manufacturers, and always love to add Wayne stuff to my collection. So, with that being said, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and yeah.